Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. HTM here. We just got some juicy new bits of information related to ESO companions today during the special live chapter event. Some really interesting things were revealed as far as this new system, so I want to make a quick video on this one, kind of break down what I saw, and then give you my thoughts on it. So let's jump right into it. Now, first off, if you haven't heard of companions yet, this is essentially the main feature of the Blackwood chapter, coming June 1st to PC and Stadia, and then June 8th for console players. So since this is the main selling point in terms of the new system for this chapter, you know that they will be putting in a lot of time and effort into the system, just like we had with other systems like Antiquities, for example, last year. Now, companions are basically an Uber follower, kind of like the simple quest followers that we already have in ESO for things like the Mages Guild questline and the Fighters Guild questline, but they're going to have much more options in terms of customization and even a backstory and some type of rapport system. Now, there will be 2 companions released to start with the Blackwood chapter, but I'm sure we'll be seeing many more added to the game over time, maybe even a couple more this year later on. Also remember, we do have a written guide on companions over on hacktheminotaur.com. I will be updating that today as well, so you can check over there for more information. Now, that being said, what did we learn at this event that was actual new information? Well, we got quite a lot, actually. First, we learned that all companions will be unique from one another, including any companions that get added down the line in the game later on because of that unique rapport system. Basically, it's a set of likes and dislikes based on the companion's personality, and if you go on and do things that your companion doesn't like, say stealing, for example, that's going to have some effect on them. Now, they didn't say specifically how negative actions will be affecting your relationship with the companion, but they did say that companions have their own unique backstory and set of quests. So I imagine that if your companion starts to dislike you because of your actions in-game, the things that you're doing, you might not be able to unlock those stories or those side missions until you start to earn back some of their trust. I'm guessing that's where this like-dislike system is going to come into play. Will companions actually leave you at some point if they really dislike you? We don't know yet. We don't know if it's going to go that far, so that'll be interesting to see. Now, next we got something that I was really excited for, something I've been looking forward to, is some type of breakdown in terms of companions. What are the skills? How does equipment work? Something, tangible to see how these systems are going to play out in-game. We did actually get to see some of that today, which was cool. First, we learned that companions start out at level 1, that they level up by earning experience in combat with you. We also know that there are 3 areas of customization, at least 3 areas so far, that we've seen. And you can see it in this part of the video right here. That's going to be equipment, skills, and collectibles. Now, unfortunately, we didn't see anything about equipment, so we still don't know. Are they going to use like the same sets that players use? If they do, does it matter what level they are? Do they need leveled sets? Or will they have their own unique set of armors for companions? I don't know. I'm going either way on those. I think either way is possible. Hopefully the next preview they do will actually get to see more about the equipment. By the way, if you're not familiar with this UI, they did this on like a console UI, so this is totally normal. This is what the game looks like on a console. Now, in terms of skills, we did learn a lot here too. We know that as your companion levels up, they're going to unlock new skills and abilities. And these are the skill trees that they're showing right here, which is really interesting. So we have class trees, one for damage, one for heal, one for tank, and then some weapon skill lines further down. So for two-handed, one-hand, and shield, and dual wield, and that's all we got to see on this character. Now, I think damage, heal, and tank, those will probably be universal for all companions. Remember, your companion can have a role, so you can make them either as a tank, healer, or a DPS. But also it looks like you can sort of interchange those abilities and customize them further, which I think is good. Now, in terms of the weapon skills, I thought that was interesting. It could be cool if different companions could only use, certain specific weapons. Like maybe this guy is more of a fighter type, so he has like the melee weapons. Maybe another companion is like an archer. Maybe another is like a caster. I don't know if they're going to go that route or if they're just going to make every companion able to use any weapon skill. Could go either way, honestly. Let me know in the comments what you think you would prefer for this. Now, once we get further into the actual skill lines, this is pretty interesting as well. So this companion His skills are all Dragonite skills, so every single one. So for tank, we've got Fiery Grip, we've got Dragon's Blood, we've got Dark Talons. Heal has Cauterize, Obsidian Shield, Molten Weapon. Damage has Lava Whip, Searing Strike, and Stone Fist. And by the way, most of these look like base skills, not morphs. There is one morph here, I think, which is Cauterize. The rest are like base skills. So it will be interesting to see if morphs are possible for companion skills. I don't actually see a progress bar on these, which you usually do see on the console UI. You see like, rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4 for each skill name. So since I don't actually see a progress bar, these may be the permanent skill options. Or it could be like Rich said, once they level up more, then it just unlocks more morphs and maybe more different skills the higher level they are. Now, of course, we see that all of these skills are Dragonite skills, right? So what does that mean? Does that mean this companion is a Dragonite and will only ever have Dragonite skills? Is the other companion, the second companion, maybe a different class like a Nightblade? Or as they level up, will they be able to unlock different class abilities? So maybe for like the first 5 levels, they have Dragonite skills. The next 5, they have Sorcerer skills. We don't know for sure yet, so that'll be interesting to see. We also learned a little bit today about the quote-unquote rotation for companions. It's seeming now to be less like a rotation, and it's actually called a priority and cooldown system. So first, each ability has a cooldown timer, which you can see here on the tooltip. So obviously they won't be able to recast that ability until the cooldown timer is up. And then in terms of that skill priority that they talked about, this corresponds to the slot for that skill on the skill bar, which means the order that they are placed on the skill bar is going to be the order that the companion will try to use that skill. I think this will obviously work with the cooldowns. So the companion will try to use skill number 1, then that goes on cooldown. They're going to go to the next skill, that's going to go on cooldown, then the next skill. By the time they get through all those skills, the first skill should be off cooldown and it can be used again. I'm assuming it's going to be something like that. Something else I thought was interesting too is you actually see a slot for an ultimate, which this might just be a placeholder in the UI because you can see it still has the player buttons, the left bumper, right bumper for console. Not sure if this means companions will have an ultimate or if this is just kind of a leftover UI thing. That'll be interesting to find out as well. And then finally, we did see that costumes can be equipped on a companion, which I'd assume is going to be found in that collectibles menu that we saw earlier. Remember, there was equipment, skills, and collectibles, so costumes are going to fall under that. We also saw mounts, and then finally outfits were mentioned as well. So the entire outfit system, so we might be able to bring up our companion maybe on a new tab when we're at an outfit station, switch back and forth between like your player's outfit and your companion's outfit, which to me really shows that they're going full on in terms of customization for companions, which I think is really good. And with that, that's really all that we got from this little chapter update. A lot of juicy bits of information, like I said, but still a lot more that we need to figure out. Now, as I said, I will be updating the written guide for companions. Check the link in the description and the pinned comment for that. I'll be including things like screenshots for the new skill system that we saw today. And of course, if you want to see more information on companions as soon as we get it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video and leave a comment. That way my future videos get recommended for you. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Stay safe out there, and I will see you around in the next video.